Hi folks, County Line Gardener back with you. Hey, today we're gonna can some whole tomatoes. This is just my way of doing it. There's probably dozens and dozens of videos out there on YouTube telling you how to do it. This is just my way. It's no different probably than any other, but thought you might want to just kind of tag along and watch me when I do it. I picked a bushel and a half of tomatoes out of the garden. We got 148 plants up there, yellow and red, mostly red. Not that many yellow, but we have a few. But anyway, we sell them. We sell them at the local farmers market. And we also do a lot of canning, and because we use a lot of tomatoes, whole tomatoes, tomato juice. I make salsa, I make pasta sauce. I made some, I thought, really good pizza sauce yesterday. It takes a while, but it's something I enjoy doing. I'll show you here what we use, and it's very, very simple. I use some salt in my trusty old jar there, and lemon juice. And folks, that's it. That's it, lemon juice. Now, if you don't have lemon juice, you can substitute that, the same amount of citric acid. And you all know what citric acid is. Anyway, you just, I'll just start here. I'll show you a couple and then I'll go to the next thing. But first thing I do is I wash them, of course. I don't know why I do that, because I peel them. But anyway, I take a 1/8 razor blade knife. Most people, 99% of people, use a knife. I use a 1/8 razor blade knife because there's no doubt it's going to cut, okay? I don't have to saw back and forth. What that does, it helps you peel it at the bottom. You pull up towards the core, and what we do, okay, like that, just that simple. Just cut them. I guess you can see this, what I'm doing here. I'm doing this, it's a one-man show today. That just scores that skin so ever so slightly, and it makes it easier to peel off when you take it out of the water. Now, what we're going to do here, them nice, we'll take these, and I'll continue doing this. I know you don't want to watch me do them all, because I've got 30 pounds here. We're going to do 30 pounds of unprocessed tomatoes, like what I've got in my hand right now, will give me about 9 to 10 quarts finished, processed, you know. And that's something you might remember. I know sometimes these recipes will give you, let's make well, yesterday's a good example. The package that I made my pizza sauce said use 6 pounds of tomatoes. Okay, that gives you 5 quarts, I think, or 5 pints it said, or something like that. No way. That's no way. I used almost 3 times that many for the same amount. But okay, that's enough of that. Okay, now we'll get back here in a minute and I'll show you what I do next after I score them like that. Okay, but folks, we got the, well, some of them. I'm just doing a partial here because I can't do them all on video. It'd take all day, but I've got, like I said, I've got 30 pounds. So here's the tomatoes that were just boiled for 3 minutes. Now, don't go over 3 minutes or you'll cook them. Then, just bring them over here to the sink or whatever you got, I use the sink. Ice water. I've got ice cubes in there, or I did have. And you'll see here what's going on. That cold water stops that cooking process, cools them off so you can handle them. Okay? Mainly it's to stop the cooking process. I think the same thing when you blanch corn or green beans. I think it's the same thing. But anyway, we will pull some of them out of there. Let's see, let me get them something here. And I'll show you what we do next. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. If I can find my knife, we'll be in business. Ah, there it is. My trusty little paring knife. Wouldn't leave home without it. Okay. You want to leave those tomatoes in there for a couple minutes. Get me a towel here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let's pull one out of there. Look at that. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's practically peeling itself. That is from those, remember when I put those little marks at the top with the razor blade knife? You can do it with a knife, whatever you want to do. Look, it's practically peeling itself. Okay, get that peeling off of there. Just core it and go at it. Okay. Okay. And next one. Same thing. Just repeat this process over and over. This is the part of canning. If there was a part I don't enjoy, it's this part right here. I don't enjoy the boiling and peeling the tomatoes, but I'll tell you the truth. I pulled a lazy a couple years ago. Yeah, I tried to make, I think it was salsa, without peeling. Folks, it didn't work. You don't want to grind your tomatoes too much, you know, in salsa, because you want the salsa a little chunky. So I had to deal with the I had to deal with the peelings, and I'll never ever do it again. At least it was only a half a dozen. I think my little knife needs sharpening. Okay. But anyway, you get the idea here. We'll do one more here. You see that where I crisscrossed that with that knife, how much simpler that makes it to peel. Like I said, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. I do, because it just, easier is better for me. And it's done. It's done. I guess they make a contraption that actually cores these real easy. I'd like to have one. If I ever see one, I will get it. Now later, I'll quarter these tomatoes and stuff them in the jar. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and peel the rest of these, core them, and get them ready, and I'll be right back. Okay? Okay. Okay, folks, we're gonna chop these up, get them in the jars, and just kind of follow along with me. It's pretty simple. Whew. Been at this a long time today. I'm getting just a little bit tired. I just peel them. See how they peel so easy. Get the core out of them. Some of them I don't core, some of them I just cut the top off of if they're not completely, you know, if they're not completely red. Got my funnel there. I quarter them sometimes I don't. Just drop them down in there. Make sure it's full. Okay. That one's pretty good. I could use a little more probably. Just a little more. Go ahead and core this baby here up. Okay. Get the peeling off of it. That can peel real easy. Always turn them over, they're easier. Just quarter that baby up. That'll do it for that one. That one may not even need any water. Most of them don't, but we'll check them out. Okay. That's how we do that. I'll get the rest of these peeled. And I'll get back with you and I'll show you what we do next. Get one more here. See, I'll just drop that one in whole because it's so small anyway. I prefer doing the larger tomatoes. I really do. Just, I don't know. Some of these tomatoes, if they're small enough, you don't have to cut them at all after you peel them and core them. Drop them in there. It'll work. But I'll tell you, cutting that little slice on the bottom of them before you blanch them for 3 minutes really helps. I'll just cut that one in half there. Okay? All right. That's how you do it. Once I get these full, I'll come back for you. Okay? Okay, folks. We're back at the tomatoes here. I wanted to show you the next step involved. Before we put it in the bath, if you'll notice, I've already got 4. There's only 4 left, and I've already went ahead and got the water boiling. Put 4 of them in the canner. They're canning right now. But I wanted to show you before I shut her down. Something I think is important of these tomatoes is adding, I add a little salt, not much, about a teaspoon to each one. Now that's your preference, you don't have to do this. Okay, try to keep it off that ring up there. Okay, alright. Now, as soon as I do that, I'll set that over there. And this step, I think this helps neutralize the acid in it. I'm not sure. I don't know. But lemon juice. Put lemon juice in it. A teaspoon. Teaspoon in each one of them. There we go. And like I said, I've already done this to the other 4 that are in the canner now. Okay. Oh, my. That stuff is certainly bitter. Okay. Now, in case you don't know, I mean for people, new people, show you how to put the lids on them. Okay, make sure, you gotta make sure, this is very important, that top of that is clean, okay? These caps have been in boiling water. I'll set that down there like that. I'll put the ring on. Okay? There we go. Just hand tighten it. You don't have to be crazy tight now. I've heard people call it housewife tight. I don't know what that means, but anyway. Okay, we'll set that one aside. We'll do this one. Just wipe that top ring off. Keep in mind, we just put salt in there. We don't want no salt granules on top of that, or it'd hurt the seal. These caps are almost too hot to touch. Okay. Okay, tight. Okay. Clean that off. Go ahead and clean this one off at the same time. Don't have to handle the towel twice. Alright. Put the ring on them, or the cap, excuse me. I guess they make a cap now that's reusable. It's got the ring built in it, you know. I think it's plastic. I've never tried them. These I just, a lady gave me an entire case of these caps right here. Hear that? Hear that? That won't do that once that jar is sealed in that canner. It won't do that. So, well, that just about takes care of this video. Like I said, I've already got them. They're in the bath now. About halfway through, bubbling there. Always be sure you got about 2 inches of water on top of that jar. Okay. Put that up. That's about it for this video. We'll come back and water bath them in the next video, and we'll go from there. So this is Bob, Canine Garden saying I'll be right back. Bye-bye. Okay, we're ready for the water bath. Got all the rings on them, all the caps, all the rings. We're going to set them in the water bath. I can't recall how many I can get in here, but I don't think I can get them all. Tell you what, we're going to make two batches of 4. Just set them down in there. Okay, I need a little more water. Not a problem there. I like about 2 inches over the top of the jars when they're in the canner, in the water bath. I think that's important. Just about fills it up, to be honest with you. We'll get this going now. I'll set my timer. I want these to bubble. I want these to boil 45 minutes. Now, that's after it starts boiling. So I gotta keep an eye on it here and make sure it's not boiling yet. So I won't set my timer until then. That's when the process starts. Okay, and then we'll take them out and we will put them in the pantry. One other thing I forgot to tell you, you can do this if you want to. I do it every time I can something. I'll drop about 2 tablespoons, maybe a little more. I just hold up the gallon jug of vinegar, just white distilled vinegar, hold it up, dump it in there. I used to pull my jars out and they'd be milky and gummy and, well, they're just not pretty, I'll call it. Well, I don't know what it is about the vinegar, but it gets rid of all the lime and everything in your water. And when they come out, they look as good as they did when they went in. So this is only 8 quarts, and we'll probably go through just the 2 of us. My wife will probably need at least that many more, probably more. We'd like to have at least 2 dozen. And we've got the tomatoes coming on now to do it. We just picked our first good batch of tomatoes, so we picked about a bushel and a half the other night. Got 150 plants, 148, something like that. But whew, we sold a lot of them too. But gosh, you know, I think you all know that when you pull them out, you know, use these things here. If you know, that keeps you from getting burnt, I guess. And make sure you set them on the cabinet and you can hear them ping. When they ping, that means they're sealed. If they don't seal, well, you got 2 options. You can try it again, or you can eat them then, you know, that night or that week. Just put them in the refrigerator. And gosh, that's all I got to go on the can, the whole tomatoes. We'll get back with you. I might make a video on the juice, tomato juice. It's pretty simple, just like this, only you grind it all up in a little processor I got. Well, that's all I got to go for now. So until next time, you guys have a good garden season. This is the County Line Gardener saying bye-bye.